Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another episode of the Lights Out Lounge podcast. My name is Jayden, and to my right is once again Brianna Ross. Hello, Brianna.
Hello, Jayden. Wow, what a race.
What a Grand Prix. We were very slow to get away, but once we got away, we took off.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Unbelievable.
Give me 3 words.
Hulk's done it.
Yeah,
That's it.
that was insane.
Should
15
we just,
years in the making.
Should we just start off right
Yeah.
with that?
Let's
just
start with that, 'cause
Round of applause.
Round of applause.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nico Hulkenberg is on the podium.
Crazy.
As you said, Brianna, 15 years in the making. I'm currently looking at a photo with him, and you told me he was lent this champagne bottle from Mercedes and Aston Martin because Sauber, rightly so, didn't expect to be on the fucking podium, and they've gone and done it.
And he qualified P19. Like,
That's crazy.
if any driver went P19 to P3, I would be applauding them. But Nico Hulkenberg in a Sauber.
That tractor, it's a Bobcat he's driving.
Crazy. Crazy.
Unbelievable. What a race.
Another round of applause because...
Oh, yeah, once again, yeah, fair enough. Get the sound effects. Huge. Well done to Nico Hulkenberg. Right, well.
Yeah, that that was definitely my favourite moment.
Oh, for
sure. And it was worth the 12-year Lewis Hamilton streak breaking. That's the only driver I would have been okay with it breaking.
I mean, he's been close a few times. His best finish before that was 4th. And then he could have got 3rd in the 2019 German Grand Prix and then proceeded to put it in the wall in the rain. My heart broke because everyone at that point was like, that's it. He's going to retire because he left the sport. Remember, he wasn't in there for a few years.
Yeah.
So when he came back, but then we found out it's Sauber, it's like, oh, there's no podium coming.
Yeah.
There's no chance.
Crazy, yeah, because I easily thought he would never, but he was most deserving. Like, and Magnussen was there.
K-Mag, of all the races to come to,
I know.
he chose an absolute banger to come in.
Crazy. Gabby was so cute. Their friendship. Yeah. Very, very sweet.
He's sort of just, Nico's role must just be mentoring him and getting him through the rookie first year. So I'm just going to put this here so you can see.
To be honest, Hulkenberg's had a great season so far. He's been in the points consistently.
Fantastic.
And now podium. Dare I say there's a win in there?
Oh, if both, you know what's funny just to even think about? If, let's say in a hypothetical world, the McLarens got close and took each other out, Nico Hulkenberg would have won the race.
That's wild unreal to think about. Crazy. Yeah. And something even crazier, Nico Hulkenberg has more podiums this year than Lewis Hamilton. Let that sink in.
Yep. Now, we don't count the sprint. So Grand Prix.
Yeah, Grand Prix podiums, yes.
Sauber are equal to Ferrari, I think. I think Leclerc.
No, I think Leclerc's had 3.
Has he had 3?
Yeah.
Have I underestimated my GOAT? I probably have.
I think he's had 3, yeah.
But yeah.
But more than Lewis Hamilton. Crazy.
That is unreal.
And once again, Ferrari strategy, Lewis, it just wasn't working. We'll get into it. Or just talk about it now.
Just let's get the pain out of the way because we had it right there. We literally had it right there. P3.
Yeah, but I actually am happy that Hulk held on because for Lewis, that's just another 3rd place, whereas this is like a whole championship. Yeah. Like in Nico's eyes.
Correct.
But yeah, Ferrari just... well, they put 3 lap-hold soft tyres on Lewis when they had a fresh set of mediums.
Yeah, just why... I don't understand. So the track's wet. Just them in a wet track just don't go well together. The track's wet. You're putting on soft tires that are already used, mind you, right? And then because you can't get up to speed, they're going to wear out a little bit faster because you're using you're putting the throttle down a lot more. You're burning up your tyres. They're going to wear out a lot faster. Now, I am from Perth, Australia, and I know that. I've got no reason to be in F1 whatsoever or making good strategy calls. But guess what? Me and you have collectively just made one right there that Ferrari couldn't fucking do. How dare they?
No, and I don't know if you saw, Fred came out and said they lost the GPS of Lewis and they actually had no idea where he was the whole race. Why is that? Why is that a thing?
Oh my God, that's the most Ferrari thing I've ever fucking heard, man. It's so depressing.
It is. And just no words. Like
I'm at a point now where, like, if you tell me the most outrageous possible thing to happen to Ferrari during a race before the race starts, I'll believe it. Like, you could tell me Charles Leclerc is going to box for intermediate tyres when the track is 60 degrees centigrade.
Yeah.
Celsius, sorry. Because they just feel the rain's going to come. I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah,
genuinely.
100% from what we've seen this year. But crazy. Just, I don't know, the whole race in itself.
The race, as I said, took a long time to get going. But once we got it rolling and patrolling, before the race started, the car, so a lot of people, not a lot, a few people made the wrong call to
ones that stick out to me, Leclerc and George.
Leclerc, Russell, I think Gabby as well, I might be bugging out, and Colapinto. Right, so his race ended before he left the pit lane. So his race was 300 metres long. Do you know what happened to Gabby? Not Gabby. Colapinto. Franco Colapinto was told to box for slick tyres. Pulls into the pits. Gets the slick tyres on, intermediate tyres off, stalls the car, then proceeds to put it in second gear, not first.
Yeah.
Which then conked the engine or the gearbox. No, sorry. Conked the gearbox, which voluntarily cooked the engine. And then they just said, mate, retire the car. You fucked it.
And he had a terrible qualifying.
Qualifying.
Crash started him from the back. It gets me thinking, did we really have to get rid of Jack Doohan for this? But then the next thing is, do they get Valtteri Bottas in the seat? And the answer is yes. 100%. Obviously, I really want Bottas to go to Cadillac next year. I don't want him in Alpine moving forward. No. That team is toxic, horrible.
Horrible team.
Do not go there.
Yeah.
But they could do a deal with Mercedes and have him for the rest of the year. He's got nothing to lose. He may as well do that.
Yeah.
I only want him to do that though if he's going to go Cadillac next year, not stay.
Yeah. So
don't do that.
If I was Bottas, I would say, you know what, he's half Aussie now, so let's just claim him. He can say hey fuckwit, come here, do a bunch of Aussie slang to Flavio Briatore and just go, I'll drive your car, but only to Abu Dhabi. After that, I'm gone.
I'm gone.
I'm going to get this quick paycheck and then catch you later.
Well, because I don't know if you realise Alpine's last.
They are, yeah.
Dead last. Colapinto's got no points. Gasly's, I think, got 11 for the season. Or he got some this race.
Should we have a look at the standings? Oh.
Yeah, true. Because Gasly did well this weekend.
So, let's have a suss. Pierre Gasly, 19 points, as I get told to join the F1 Fantasy League. Franco Colapinto and Jack Doohan have no points.
Yeah, so Gasly his back is sore.
Yeah. Nico Hulkenberg is 9th with 37 points.
That's insane. Insane.
So the only drivers to not score points this season are Jack Doohan, who's been out, and Franco Colapinto, who's been out. So even Gabby scoring those points in Austria, very good.
Let's see Constructors.
The Constructors Championship, wow.
Yeah, they are last by 10 points to Haas.
Yeah.
So Ocon actually had an upgrade by getting dropped by Alpine.
Yep. Genuinely, he's had an upgrade. Alpine currently sit last. Racing Bulls and Aston Martin tied on 36 points in 7th and 8th. Kick Sauber.
6th place. Wow.
Only 17 points off Williams.
Crazy.
18. Sorry, my maths is incorrect. 18 points off Williams in a tractor that will become Audi next year.
And not only a tractor, Williams has got 2 very good drivers. Gabby's a rookie, first year.
Yeah. And Nico is a fossil.
He is.
So-
who's got his first podium now.
He's a fossil getting the podium. Mate,
Yeah.
that is
Crazy.
unreal.
It's unreal. Because last year, they only scored points in the second last race.
Yeah. And it wasn't even Bottas, it was Zhou.
Yeah.
So
Crazy,
that
but-
alone,
Yeah.
unreal.
McLaren, that's insane.
Oh my God. That we're halfway, they're on course, right, to get what is 460 times 2. They're on course to get 920 points in the season. We are only halfway and they've got 460.
That's crazy.
That's
I can't
unbelievable.
Because Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull, they're all within reach of each other. And then there's McLaren who, they have more than Ferrari and Mercedes combined.
Yeah. That is
Whoa.
so scary.
But yeah, I really want Bottas. Why wouldn't you? You're coming last. Colapinto obviously can't handle it.
Can't
Jack
handle
Doohan
it.
couldn't either.
Yeah.
Love him, but don't love him, but Aussie.
Yeah.
Put Bottas in the seat. See what he can do. You need to. You can't come last.
With the personnel they've got, with the facilities they've got, they're easily better than Haas, Sauber, maybe even Racing Bulls.
If Gasly's got 19 points, if you had a driver same level as him, they would have 40 points and they would be
that'd be 6th.
8th, 7th.
Yeah. Well, that'd be
That'd be 8th.
yeah.
Or could maybe even 7th
Yeah.
because Kicksale was 41. Like when you put it like that. So put him in the seat. I'm all for it.
Get
as
him in
long
the
as
seat. Yeah.
he is only there for this year and this year only.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on at Alpine. It isn't great. But yeah, just unreal. We'll move on now.
Imagine how Gasly feels every 5 races you have a new teammate.
Yeah, it's disgraceful. Like their strategy is just definitely not working at all. I'm just looking at the race results and that just looks so foreign.
It does have that bright green up at the top.
And the fact that it says Nico Hulkenberg,
Yeah, I know, right?
unbelievable.
Crazy. My lucky number is 27, so I'm always secretly rooting for Nico Hulkenberg.
Yeah. No, fair enough. So back to the start. So the cars pulled in to the start. We had a spread out grid. My mum was like, that looks deformed. And I'm like, you are correct. You are correct. Because half the grid's gone in for slick tyres on a wet track. That's obviously not going to work. Of course, Ferrari had to be one of them with my golden boy. So I almost walked out immediately because I was like, right, his race is finished.
Yeah.
And he ended up finishing in 14th. So
Yeah, because he started what?
he started ahead of
Six.
was it 6th or
Yeah,
5th?
because Lewis was 5th.
Lewis was 5th. Yeah.
So he started 6th and came 14th. Same with George. He had a terrible race.
Yeah, just again, and did George Russell score points?
No.
He scored 1.
Oh, okay. He managed to get
But
in at the
again,
end.
Ferrari pulling away at the top with Hamilton getting 12, so we've built an 11-point gap. Very, very good. Once the race got underway, Liam Lawson got obliterated by Esteban Ocon. Because
that's actually not the button I meant to press.
Oh.
I wasn't celebrating. I wanted like a sad one. Just keep going. It's all good.
Liam Lawson got smashed by Esteban Ocon, not in that way, but he got taken out. There we go. That was the one we needed.
Nailed it.
There we go. Right. Lawson got taken out by Ocon because Ocon had a steamroller in Yuki Tsunoda spiraling up the inside. Ocon had nowhere to go, and then Liam Lawson just got basically railed. Like very much it was a heavy hit. Like it looked heavy. From the onboard, it looked like that's gonna hurt for a few days.
Yeah. He was not happy.
Wasn't happy at all. And then we had a VSC. So again, the race was neutralised, and we had that for a good, honestly, almost 20 laps, where it was just as soon as the race got going again, something else would happen.
Yeah, and it was not a day for the rookies.
Nah. So that happened, and then once the VSC ended, Gabby Bortoletto on slick tyres again, spins out, hits the barrier, got going again, but his rear wing was in 8 different places, so he had to stop. And then the rain really fell after that.
Yeah.
When that VSC
when it
ended,
rains, it pours.
In Silverstone, you are spot on, Brianna. When it rains, it looked monsoonal.
I had a moment where I was happy I wasn't there because I didn't have a grandstand ticket. I was going to be out defending for myself.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even think of that. You would have been in the trenches.
It was a blessing in disguise because, I just had a walking around ticket and I had a few friends there and I saw on their Instagram stories and I was like, thank God I'm not there. Blessing in disguise.
100%.
But yeah, when it rains, it pours in Silverstone. And yeah.
That looked horrendous. I thought last year was bad. This year was unbelievably, like the visibility was terrible. Like you couldn't see in the spray at all, which led to Isaac Hadjar's crash, just rear-ending Kimi Antonelli. That's scary. You're going almost 300 kilometers an hour into Cop's Corner, a very fast right-hander, and you proceed to rear-end. Like your feet, like just thinking about that scares me. Your body, you cannot see in front of you. You're going 300 k's an hour and you slam head first into another car.
I know, crazy. I was looking at it and I was very scared. I was on the
onboard and I'm like, surely we're going to see like at least a red flashing light. There was nothing to see. Just cloud cover. That was it. Just water everywhere. It was just outrageous. And therefore, I don't blame Isaac Hadjar for the crash.
No.
Because don't forget, the onboard camera is actually clearer than what they say, the drivers.
Yeah, so true. So it would just be so scary.
Oh, man. Like,
especially those rookies.
The poor rookies. Did you see that graphic?
No.
The graphic, the graphic on the bottom right corner that says where the rookie drivers are?
Mm.
By like lap 30, all of them said out. And then Ollie Behrman, which was like 50 seconds off the lead. And I'm like, that's got to be the most humbling graphic you will ever see.
Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, it really was not a day for the rookies.
Well,
wow.
Look, if you look at everyone that didn't finish, Antonelli, Hadjar, Bortoletto, Lawson, Colapinto, all rookies.
All rookies.
And then...
Crazy. I was really rooting for Behrman at the end. I'm pretty sure he came 11th.
He did. He was...
Yeah.
And 1.5 seconds off George Russell.
Because home race, I really, really wanted him in there because he obviously got slapped with that awful 10 grid penalty.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Had his best qualifying, also P8.
Yeah, well done. Ollie Behrman, hello, mate.
Because I expected him to start last with the 10 grid penalty. I thought he'd qualify 14th.
Yeah.
So he did very well. And because Kimi had a 3 grid penalty, he actually would have started 7th. If he had no penalties.
Yeah.
So it could have been a very different race, but...
Could have been, yeah.
I just still can't comprehend how Nico Hulkenberg, P19, got it to 3rd.
Honestly, well, let's be honest. Theoretically, he started last because Colapinto had to start from the pit lane.
Started last and ended up on 3rd, whereas Hamilton started 5th, got it to 4th.
Yeah. Again, just strategy calls. It comes down.
Crazy.
They absolutely... Whoever made that call...
Nailed it.
Honestly, give them a bonus of 5 million Great British pounds. Just give them anything. If they want a mansion, you give it to them.
Yeah. It's just incredible. Yeah. We need them at Ferrari. And if they want to jump ship, please.
Please
come.
I'll personally gift you an Audi R8, honestly.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Now... something that would cause a little bit of tension, but maybe not too much, considering where Behrman finished, or it might do. Both Hasses decide to crash into each other.
I loved watching it. They were so in sync.
Pirouetting.
All
the TikTok memes are like, look how much aura these drivers gain by pirouetting at the same time.
I loved it. It was so cool. But obviously you never want to make contact with your teammate.
No, not ideal. Whose fault was it? It was Ocon's, no?
Oh, I don't know. I'll never forget off topic.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when Ocon? I'm trying to think of a story ahead of time. Ocon stuffed up Max's race, and then in the garage, Max like pushes him against the wall.
In Brazil. Yeah. That was bad. That was really bad.
I can't remember what he actually did to Max, but I just think of that.
I know, and it's bad, and you understand why it's bad and why Max was very frustrated. So the Red Bull, that's the 2018 Brazilian Grand Prix. Red Bull had no pace, but Max was just on a rampage and overtook Hamilton for the lead, right? Now, with about 15 laps to go, Max Verstappen is trying to lap Esteban Ocon.
Oh, no, that's so bad.
Right? Laps him, and then Ocon proceeds to try to unlap himself. Goes round the outside of turn 1, T-bones Max. Max gets damaged and doesn't finish first. Hamilton wins, and then in the garage, like when they have to wait themselves.
That's so bad, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a video, he's like chasing Ocon and he's like swearing, makes contact.
Yeah.
But that's terrible.
It's valid though. Like you've just been cost the race, not even by someone you're racing, you're lapping them.
Oh, that's so bad. But anyway, that's just what I was thinking of when they made contact. I'm like, oh my God.
Fair enough.
When Max did do that to Ocon, George would have wrote that down as an example. Lashes out with anger, violence.
Yeah.
That was definitely...
Exhibit A, 2018 Brazilian Grand Prix. Max Verstappen shoved my man Esteban.
Yeah, and he's got like a interview with Ocon recorded. How'd you feel in that moment?
Yeah, I can just Can you just imagine? Like, tell us right now. Do you feel any pain anywhere? No, I'm fine. Okay, is that him there, Max? You're a bully. Get away.
Oh, Max has the opportunity, and it's looking very likely to do the funniest thing and end this beef and just say, "I'll take your seat." Like, let's just quickly talk about it.
Yeah. Can we save that for the end? Like, can we get this done and then we can just dive in because that is filled with so much juice. It's unreal.
It is.
Now, a moment I wanted to cry. Piastri 10-second penalty for slamming the brakes.
Yeah.
Now, he claimed he did it before and got away with it. But because Max Verstappen complained on the radio and said, "Oh, I just nearly rammed into him and ended our race," what's going on there?
Can you confirm for me? I've seen it in a few comments. People said he went from 230 kilometers per hour to 50.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's a big drop.
That's a big drop. That's not like a accidental. Like, that's a crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of brake pressure, let me tell you. In the dry, it might be okay because there's a huge gap, right? And like you can see, like he's coming from a mile away, Verstappen. So I think in the dry he would have been fine, but it's just purely for the fact that it was wet and visibility was low.
End of the day, he did it.
Yeah, and he doesn't deny that he did it because he said in the post race, "Well, I did it 5 laps earlier." And I got away with it. What happened now?
Ooh, another 10-second penalty. Let's get Hamilton on the podium.
Let's get another 10-second penalty. And
yeah, because I felt bad for Hulkenberg. First time in the cool down room, soaking it all in. And Oscar keeps just saying, "My penalty's not fair. This is what I did."
Yeah,
Hulkenberg's
I didn't like that.
No, neither. And you can see he doesn't know how to react. And as soon as Lando walks in, he's happy that someone else is here to
talk to.
Yeah, because kept saying, "Oh, the light went off on the safety car," and I just felt I'm like, this is Hulkenberg's first time. It's been 15 years, and you're making it all about you. Shut up.
Yeah, like Oscar has to put that into perspective. Like the whole F1 world doesn't give a fuck that you two finished first and second.
Yeah, like Lando first win in his home. Congrats.
Great. Yeah.
Very good, but
hey, mate.
Yeah.
Like this guy's been driving for 15 years.
And Oscar, you're still leading the championship. You came second. Just for a minute.
Just relax.
Why not? Great job, Nico. Like, how was that? Instead, talking to him as if he's FIA and he can change the result.
Nico's like, "Oh, look, I'm happy to be here." I don't blame you. Like, he needs it. Oscar's a very smart man. Surely he can comprehend, like, the whole world doesn't really care that you came second because of a penalty. Let's just move on from that very quickly and just congratulate Nico Hulkenberg, mate. Yeah. Like, come on.
I know, dragging it out.
Now, that brake test must have really scared. Oh my God, nearly vomited. That brake check from Piastri would have scared Max, because then the very next corner proceeds to spin his car and drop down the order.
Yeah.
So Verstappen, what I reckon happened there, the heart rate went up because he's like, oh, I've nearly crashed. His foot would have started shaking a little bit and then just lost all feeling in his feet, and then he's just turned the car around. So good on you, Max. Well done. But he surprised me yesterday, the fact that he was struggling that much.
Yeah, he was really struggling. And just something that stood out to me, when Oscar did get him at the start, I looked down, and he was already like 5 seconds in front.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
So they sacrificed the downforce for straight line speed. They had a really skinny rear wing. And
how did Yuki go, just quickly?
Yep. Yuki Tsunoda was 15th with a 10-second penalty.
Oh, he loves penalties.
Did he get a penalty?
Yeah, he did.
I'm bugging out. He got one last week. He got one.
Pretty sure he got one. I'm like 99% sure, because in my head I was like,
I think it was for the incident with Ocon and Lawson.
Yeah.
Was it that one?
Must have. He definitely got one.
Yeah.
Not bugging out.
Loves a penalty, this guy.
He does.
Really
or just
does.
anger issues.
Yeah.
But I know it was just strange seeing Max actually struggle.
Yeah. Charles Leclerc 2 years in a row, by the way. I said last time he finished. Did he finish fourth? If we have a look, if I Google right now, so he finished 14th yesterday. Okay. 2014 British Grand Prix.
He got so screwed over.
He finished last year. Oh my God. He finished 14th 2 years in a row. Oh my God. Oh my God. Charles Leclerc at 14th. What about 2023? If he finished, there's no way.
No, there's no way.
There's no way.
Oh, something that stood out to me. I can't remember what it was, but Science complained on the radio about something Charles did, and I was like, they're no longer friends.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that's right. He finished 9th. Really doesn't like this track, Charles Leclerc, in 2023.
No, but his teammate, on the other hand, loves it.
Yes. And that didn't happen, unfortunately.
Still
I'm very
a fourth.
upset.
Considering,
Yeah.
I'll take it, considering the team he drives for now.
Yeah. Look, Brianna, I'm sorry to say, I did warn you.
I
warned you. I said it's not going to happen. It really should have. We were beaten.
But like I said, Hulkenberg's the only person where I'm.
If
it was anyone else, any other 8 of the 18 drivers, I would have come in here today and it would have been sad music playing at the start, and I would have been like, streaks over, my life's over. But no, it's Hulkenberg, and I could let it slide. I was happy. It even got to a point where I said, I don't want Lewis to get him. Like, let Hulkenberg have his moment.
No,
because realistically, like, Hamilton, he's the greatest of all time. He's had the best career.
Yeah.
Another third to keep this. Like, he wouldn't really care about this streak. He cares more about the championships.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously you do, like, it's a cool record and all of that. But for Hulkenberg to have his first podium, like, I happily would sacrifice.
100%. I get you. As you said, if you came up to me at the start of the year and said, hey, listen, in a hypothetical scenario, if let's say in your instance, your favourite driver is Lewis Hamilton. So if someone came up to you and said, hey, Lewis Hamilton's currently 3rd, but we need a driver to replace him on the podium, who do you want that driver to be?
Yeah, and there's only one.
There's only one.
And it's...
The Hulk.
The Hulk.
The Hulk.
Insane.
I still can't get my head around, like...
He's always been called the Hulk, yeah? Because it's even more fitting now that he drives for a green team.
A green team, yeah. He's always been the Hulk. But just the fact that he's still going. Like 2010, I think he's the 3rd oldest driver on the grid. So we've got Alonso.
Yep, and then you've got Hamilton.
And then I think it's Hulk. How old is Hulk?
37.
There you go. My goodness me.
He looks older than Lewis, though.
Yeah, my family relative who's vegan, just like Lewis, says the reason why Lewis looks younger than he is because he's not eating animal products. Okay, I'll enjoy my fucking steak.
Does Brad Pitt eat meat? Because he looks young. He looks good. Well, he doesn't look young, but he looks good for
his age.
For his age. Definitely doesn't look young. Sorry, I worded that wrong.
Brad Pitt diet focuses on lean protein, whole grains and vegetables, with an emphasis on eating clean and avoiding processed foods.
Lewis Hamilton's dog is also vegan?
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Swear to God. Because he's vegan. His dog is vegan.
Oh, they need meat.
I know. Dogs do need meat. But in his defense, I completely agree. If we were to do it to our dogs, I would say it's animal cruelty. But when you have that much money, I do think the dog's being very well fed. You know what I mean? Like if we were to do it, cruelty. Yeah. Because we can't give it the right nutrients.
Correct.
But I do think his dog would be eating better than us.
Yeah.
So 100%. I think it's okay. But oh my God, Carlos Sainz is the 4th oldest driver on the grid.
What?
Whoa.
Surely not.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he is too. 1994. That man's 30 years old.
Wait, yeah, that doesn't make sense. Oh. Why does it say Pierre Gasly 19? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was...
By years.
Yeah. Sorry, I had a moment. 4th oldest Carlos Sainz. That's crazy. He's getting up there.
4th oldest. Wow. Next generation.
Oh my God, it won't be long until he's the oldest because Alonso and Hamilton are gone soon.
Yeah. That's really just stumped me. Carlos Sainz is the 4th oldest driver. Gasly's the 5th oldest driver.
I know, that's not comprehending.
For a driver that makes their debut in 2017 and you're the 5th oldest driver?
Nuts.
Crazy to think how, like, these drivers here, Verstappen, Leclerc, Russell, Norris, are all younger than Sainz, Gasly, Albon, Ocon. Like, Ocon is 1 year older than Max Verstappen.
I see him as so much older. Do you agree or not?
I see them as the same age because they sort of came in at the same time.
I see Ocon years older.
In terms of how he looks? Because he's fucking ugly, I'm not going to lie.
You know what, though?
Guy's breath must reek.
He's got a hot girlfriend.
Yeah, she's also a lot younger than him, no?
Yeah, they're all like that. Same with Gasly. She's my age.
Yeah, I don't.
22.
I don't know.
She's gorgeous. But, I lost my train of thought, guys.
Just a quick note. When Kimi Antonelli was born, Fernando Alonso was 25 years old and about to win his 2nd world championship.
Makes me sick. Makes me sick.
That's
what I was going to say. Mm-hmm. I don't actually think there's an ugly F1 driver.
Oh, no, there is.
Who?
Lance Stroll.
No, I reckon lowest, but he's not ugly. You know what I mean? I do think.
Yeah. There's no one that there's
like, no one I'm like, whoa. Like, for 20 people, they are all relatively
good looking. Yeah.
The most good looking team is obviously Ferrari. They win that.
As a straight man, I would easily flip the coin for them. Like it's no fucking. Like
we may not win the races, but we win the hearts.
Yeah, that's right.
That's of exactly the females right. And Jayden.
And yeah, like
no, there'll be a few males out there.
There'd be exactly.
But we're so off topic.
Let's go back to the good stuff.
Let's go back to Hulk Podium.
That again, just I know we've the whole podcast has been about the Hulk, but just you got to think. It
has to be. The title is going to be about the
title
Hulk.
Is just Hulk gets it done or something. But to start 19th on the grid, in the slowest car on the grid, like it typically is. Like last year, the car was easily last. This year, it's pretty close to last. And you go ahead and just tell everyone to suck on his steering wheel and finish on the podium in a Sauber. I think even Matt from Matt and Tommy P1 commented, "Congrats on getting on the podium in that tractor."
Yeah,
not even joking.
It's just like we can't stop talking about it. It's like you said, it started last because Colapinto didn't even get out there in the worst car.
Matt Gallagher says, "What an unbelievable drive taking that tractor to a podium."
No, literally. Started last, terrible car.
Yeah.
It's raining. It's all over the place. And you just pull that, like for your first podium.
Yeah.
I saw a comment like weeks ago, and I stand by it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Nico Hulkenberg would have been a championship driver if he had the right car.
Yeah.
I think he's so much better.
Yeah.
Like, he's pulling this out at 37
Mm-hmm.
in a tractor.
He's
place.
going to be 38 next month. So
back in the days with a good car, he would have been up there.
Yeah, and he's one of those drivers like who never really got an opportunity to, like, I don't think anyone really approached him from a top team. No one really did.
This comment said, what if Nico Hulkenberg is actually the greatest driver of all time but never had the car to prove it?
Well, look, he was the F2 champion before he got to F1.
And then I saw a comment I really did not like.
Which was?
And it said, what if Hamilton is the shittest driver ever but never had the car to prove it? That's not how it works. He's still, like, he had a good car, yes, but you would notice it. Hence the Red Bull.
Yeah.
If you can't drive the car, you're not.
Yeah,
just exactly. Like, just stop.
Yeah.
Please.
Like, we can all agree Max Verstappen's very good because when he started off at Red Bull, when he got the switch, the car wasn't that great, but he was still challenging Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton every week. Like, especially in the wet. My God, was he good. But there's no doubt about it. Nico Hulkenberg is a fantastic driver. Like, you can't deny that at all.
No,
Nico Hulkenberg,
insane.
Really good driver. I remember when he stepped in for Lance Stroll when he got COVID in 2020. He had to go in the Force India. And I think he either qualified fourth or finished fourth. But just an unbelievable display. And again, didn't get on the podium, but did enough to make people go, wow, this guy's out of F1 and a test driver. What is happening here?
No, literally. Insane.
So, yeah.
And then we've touched on it, but Oscar's lack of words. It's the first time we've seen him with emotions, seen him upset, seen him angry.
Yeah.
And to be honest, if that's the angriest you get, well done. That's still very calm.
Very calm.
He was just, it rubbed me off the wrong way. It did a lot of people. I don't know, I guess, yeah, of course you're upset. You got a penalty that was like a shitty penalty.
Yeah, it's not one you see every day.
You're in a really tight battle.
Yeah.
But end of the day, like, you need to drop it. And I think, like we said, when he was racing, saying, can we swap the cars back?
No.
And he went off the track as he said it. And I'm like, you stop talking. And because you're gonna get and crash into the wall, and now you're gonna lose second spot and you're gonna get P20.
Yeah.
So just eyes on the road and shush.
Yeah.
And it's Lando's home race. You're not swapping.
No, exactly. Like, it's your mistake. You may not agree with the decision, but you can't just say, like in Melbourne when he spun out, oh, can all 8 of the other drivers just pull over to one side because I made a small error?
Yeah.
Can I get back into the lead, please? Like, it just doesn't work that fucking way, man.
No.
And do you think, let's say Piastri didn't spin off in Melbourne and he was running in second spot, right?
Yeah.
After being overtaken by Lando. Do you think McLaren will say, if he asks them, hey guys, my home race, I was leading, can you do me a favour and just tell Lando?
No.
You're not doing that.
Because his whole reason was the penalty was not fair. You agree with me, so let's swap them. No, you did it to yourself. Lando's done nothing wrong in this situation. He's done a clean race. You did it to yourself. So
what are you doing?
Just chill out. And then some funny moments, because I thought as soon as I saw Nico on the podium, I was like, he's not going to know where to go, what to do.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Exactly what happened. He went into the cool room, obviously very eager to get in there. He's never been in there before.
Eager to get in there, and then there's just Oscar yapping about his penalty.
Did you hear about my penalty, man?
You could see Nico's face light up when Lando walked in, because it was like, I can stop talking about this.
Oh, thank God.
But
Lando Norris.
Yeah, he didn't know what he was doing, Nico.
I mean, hopefully no one's surprised. Like
no. But it just the funny part. Lando had to bring his helmet.
That was top.
That was gold. He was like,
Gold.
What's that for? What do I need that?
They're like, oh, it's part of when you weigh, you bring it in. Like, come on, man, everyone knows.
And then
this.
there's Lando putting it on the stand for him. Oh, yeah, no funny. And then
it's like, you know what it's like? It's like you're a parent and your kids have got a new iPhone with brand new features, and you're just saying, what does that do? And your kid's just saying, oh, well, essentially, this is what it does. Like, you look, man, I feel bad because Nico's obviously like one of the most experienced on the grid.
Yeah. Oh, it's just
when
so
it comes
cute,
to the podium,
so sweet. And then to top it all off, obviously there was the champagne thing, which I find hilarious.
Yeah.
That they've had to ask around the grid we need champagne.
Hey guys, listen, we finished third. We expected to come 13th at the most. Do you have any spare champagne that we could use? Because we don't have any.
And you know what? Ferrari should have been the first to put the hand up because they don't need that. They do not need that this year.
100%.
Merc, on the other hand, they might need that. And then to top it all off, Nico's first podium, first trophy, and it's made out of fucking Lego.
When I heard David Croft say, as part of our partnership with Lego, there are real pieces of gold on this trophy for Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri and Nico Hulkenberg. However, majority of... I can't even say the sentence because I'm so upset. Majority of their trophies are built by Lego.
Crazy, because Lando got a normal trophy and a Lego one for coming first. The others didn't. Nico took it like a champ. He said, my kid can play with it. That trophy's, by now, it's in 100 million pieces.
Yeah, that's unreal, man.
I just feel for him. Your first trophy and it's made out of Lego where I could probably go and buy the pieces and build it today.
Yeah.
Minus the real pieces of gold.
Should we do that? Let's go to all the pieces together. Let's build a trophy and then ship it off to Switzerland where he might be living at the moment. Because that's where Sauber's based. Just be like, hey, look, Nico Hulkenberg's residence. Here's another one for your daughter to fucking mess around with. How about that?
Oh,
just the cheek of the F1 executives.
Lego would have paid so much money to have that.
Cash is king.
It's just stupid. Oh, I feel for him. Out of all the race, 239 race starts, and it happens to be the one where there's Lego trophies.
That is ridiculous.
Oscar said, he's like, how does it feel knowing that it's just made out of Lego and anyone could just build that themselves?
Is that what he said to
He's like, yeah, and he's like, people are probably going to start selling them. But he took it like a champ. He said, my daughter will love it and play with it. And I just thought, well, that's stupid because now it won't look like a trophy.
Yeah.
She's going to rip that apart.
Should we have a quick look at this? Should we examine the trophy? So the F1, I just want to see what...
And then just quickly, last point of the race, and then we'll talk about a few other things. Lando's swearing.
That was good.
In his, I'm going, bring up the...
It's genuinely... made of Lego.
I know, that's crazy.
Look at that. Oh my God.
I know. It's bad.
What are they doing? What is F1 actually doing? Look how happy he is though. Great bloke, but...
Imagine you drop it and it's all over the podium.
I would have dropped it. I would have said, go out the back and get me my real fucking trophy, please.
Whose job was it to sit there and put that together?
I'll tell you what, it's a sad life to put those together.
All right. So that sums up the 2025 Silverstone Grand Prix.
Brianna, you were meant to be there, and I'm glad you weren't there.
Yeah, same. But I would have witnessed history.
You would have witnessed history. However, you would have caught pneumonia.
Yeah.
Your clothes would have been drenched. You would have been sitting in 3 foot mud roads, just filled with water and mud.
Yeah.
Like clothes destroyed. You would have had to camp as well.
Yeah,
or drive a very long...
Yeah, drive like 3 hours. Not ideal.
Not ideal.
Glad
And you would have been heartbroken because although we're happy for Nico Hulkenberg to be on the podium...
Yeah, if I travelled all the way there...
Finishing fourth. I'd rather Lewis Hamilton not finish the race at all than finish fourth and lose to a Sauber.
That is very true.
Not for the first time this year, mind you.
Yeah, don't rub it in.
Anyways.
But crazy.
That's it. Now... to the viewers, we have to explain it's out of our control. We've got time off because Formula One decided to have pretty much 2 summer breaks.
Talk of the town.
Yeah. Let's get an article up for this one because this is
now,
so
I want
juicy.
to take you back to our first ever recording.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's episode 2. And I said Max would take George's spot. You said he would take Kimmy's?
Yeah. And you
I said he's going to take George's. And that was before there was anything. That was for anything. And I just said that's going to happen. And it's looking like it's happening. I think it's done. Did you see the cheek in qualifying? He said, Kimmy gave me a toe, gave him a hug. He's like, Kimmy gave me a toe. We need to go get pasta together.
Yep. It's looking a lot more clear.
Even people said, like, the face of Toto when he was watching George race yesterday, he's just, give me Max.
Mercedes boss Toto Wolff has made it clear he is keen to sign Dutchman Max Verstappen, who has an exit clause in his deal that would free him up to leave for next year if he enters the August summer break lower than third position in the championship.
Now, can't he just do that on purpose if he does want to leave?
Well, I'm telling you right now, if we look at the drivers' standings, Max Verstappen is currently...
I hate when it does that.
Third.
Yeah, he is third.
He is third.
That's what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't he purposely be wanting to do bad to activate this clause? Because I don't think he wants to stay at Red Bull. Who knows? Like, this could be complete and utter silly.
Verstappen is currently third, just 9 points ahead of Mercedes driver George Russell, whose contract extension talks. And now it's at 20.
Yeah, because George only got 1 point this weekend.
That's at 18. Okay, but it's still quite a large gap. So Verstappen would have to, for this to happen, Max Verstappen would have to have 2 stinking races in 2 weeks before the summer break, and George Russell would have to have 2 absolute stunners. Now, George Russell might as well just go, hey, Max, just take yourself out. But why would George Russell want to do any favours?
Maybe George will start doing bad because he doesn't want the clause to be activated. Yeah. I don't know. I reckon if Max really wants to leave, though, he can. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's all minor clauses.
I'll tell you what, it'll be a massive paycheck for Mercedes to pay.
Oh, huge.
Yeah, they're going to have to pay Red Bull a lot of money.
Where does George go? There's rumours that Stroll's going to retire and he'll go to Aston. That's a really, really big rumour.
Did you say Lance Stroll's retiring?
There's actually a huge rumour. It is.
Fuck yes.
End of this year.
Good. Yeah, I'm telling you right now.
So he would take that spot?
Wait,
I wouldn't mind.
Sorry, we just got to do this. Lance Stroll's going to stroll out of F1. I'm cutting that.
No, keep that. But I wouldn't mind him at Aston. Him and Alonso, Adrian Newey. Mm-hmm. Then there's also, why doesn't he just go to Red Bull?
Yep. Well, just
him
a straight
and Christian
swap.
Horner could be deadly.
They both love pointing fingers. Hey, he did this, he did this, he did this. He got his cock out.
Just a quick radio message from Stroll during the race, which I found interesting.
Oh, is this like an early retirement speech? Like, hey guys, just so you know.
But like he was kind of like carrying on a bit.
Was he?
So, yeah. Crazy car to drive, amazing finish.
Yeah, I mean, it's the worst piece of shit I've ever driven in my life, to be honest.
Oh.
But it's okay.
Mate, you got P7.
Why are you yapping?
Just shut up. You're retiring, bro.
Oh, man, that guy.
And then otherwise, George is too good to not have a seat. So he needs to go somewhere.
Yeah. Wow.
He's too good.
It's very much a Carlos Sainz Hamilton thing, but but nothing's been announced yet. Like we had Lewis
before the season started.
Yeah. So
I know. Now, poor George. Like seats are whereas Sainz had a long time to find a seat before places got obviously taken up. Whereas this, pretty much all the seats are locked in. I reckon he might just go Red Bull. People said he'll go back to Williams, Sainz to Red Bull. He's not going back to Williams.
No way.
There's no way you go back. So
it'll just be a straight swap.
I reckon it's a straight swap.
But what about this now? Let's get the tinfoil hat on once again. If and when Max leaves Red Bull, will that Red Bull car be a piece of dog water?
That's scary. I know. Like George, this time last year, George probably jumping up and down, excited. Yes, chance at Red Bull. Now that we know the car is terrible, I'm just praying that George can, for some reason, drive it and he beats Max in Mercedes. That is, if he goes to Red Bull and the swap happens.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that's happening. Look, I'll be honest, because I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
They are going to have to because no one builds. You know who I feel bad for? If it goes ahead, Kimi Antonelli's going to get cucked.
Yeah.
Unless Toto takes a stand and says, make this car equal for both drivers. Like, Verstappen's going to have to sacrifice something.
You literally got Verstappen and Project Verstappen in one team.
Yeah. Is that a recipe? Is that a recipe for disaster?
I just don't know, Toto, why you wouldn't keep George. I truly think with the right car, George can win a championship. He's been on the podium almost every single race this year. He's had a few slip-ups. Yeah. But he's doing really well.
He still sits, what does he sit now in the driver's standings? 4th. Yeah. So
yeah,
still ahead of both Ferraris.
I think with the right car, he is like, Max is great, yes, but the car is so suited to him. How do you know Max can drive the Mercedes? Yeah. Whereas you know George can.
Yep.
Yeah. To me, it's silly, but yeah, Max can have the last laugh and just end their beef by saying, "I'll take your seat." But I don't know, it also feels like such a betrayal to Hamilton. Even though I know Hamilton's left Mercedes, but it just feels weird for Toto to then go and work with Max, like after 2021.
Yeah, that.
But he always promised Lewis, as long as you are my driver, I will never ever approach Max. And then the second Lewis was out of that seat, Max on speed dial. And you know what? George is going to be so upset because no more sleepovers at Toto's house.
That is honestly the most fucking weird thing two grown men can do.
Hamilton coming to Toto's house to tell him I'm moving teams, and you see George with his bed hair and pillow and arm, pajamas and all,
saying, "Oh, hey Lewis, me and Toto had a great time last night. We watched season 4 of Drive to Survive." Do you know how fucking weird? Like,
it's weird
sleeping in the same house as your boss.
I know, it's two grown men.
Two men in relationships.
It's just weird. But that I don't know.
That's not normal.
I sounded like a robot then.
Oh, are you fixed?
I'm fine. All right. Okay. But I think that's enough. Like, until we know more. Yeah. As well as speculation. Now, this might be the last time we record in my home.
Yes.
So we had my dad on the podcast. I was about to say my dad on the podium. My dad is on
he's always on the podium, man.
My dad on the podcast live last week. So I want to bring out a new special guest. We're going to bring out my mum, Kerry. Woo!
Kerry! Welcome.
How's it feel to hear yourself in the...
Oh, really weird.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Kerry, Brianna's mum.
And Kerry was a very avid supporter when me and Brianna brought the idea to our parents that we're going to start an F1 podcast. Kerry was the most notable of the lot to say, go for it.
Yeah, go for it. You only live once.
Exactly.
I'm loving it. I'm listening to it on the way home from work.
That's what we love to hear.
Good job, guys.
Yeah. Well, a few questions. Who do you support? Who's your favourite driver?
Okay, so I used to be a Max supporter, but it was pretty controversial in the
house.
Oh
my God.
Yeah, it was too controversial. So when Oscar came on the scene, definitely Oscar's my number one driver.
Your go-to.
Yeah. Max or Lewis? Who are you choosing?
No, too controversial.
I know who you're choosing.
I have to live in the house with Brianna. I can't say.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's a tough topic because even like my dad, for example, when Lewis was at Mercedes, he really loved Max. But now that Lewis is at Ferrari, he doesn't like Max at all. So it's like, who does he pick? He doesn't know. And it's like, it's just if you support both Max and Lewis, people are like, oh, you're just too nice. You're not one or the other.
Yeah. It's so like you have to.
You sort of have to. But when you've got a mad Lewis fan in
and
Brianna.
Yeah, it's just too hard.
It's too hard.
Oscar Piastri. But hang on, just after last night's performance, I've got to say I'm really interested in looking up Nico Hulkenberg. Is that how you say
That's
his
it.
name?
That's it.
How do you go from 19th to 3rd? Come on.
And that tractor as well.
Yeah,
It's a very slow green car, and he somehow dragged it to third.
That's pretty impressive.
I don't know how he did that. Even my mum, who doesn't watch F1, was like, she woke up early this morning and she saw it on the news and was like, "How the fuck that car looks slow? Like, how has he done that? You know, like, yeah, it was unreal."
Yeah, no, good message. You never give up. So
That's right.
Yeah, 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, who's your pick for world champion this year?
I've got to go Oscar. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, if he can
Smart
keep
pick.
his
Tight
cool
battle.
head, and he looked a bit salty last night, but hopefully he wins the championship.
Yep. And I'm presuming McLaren for the constructors. They've won it already, Kerry. Let's be honest.
Have they?
They've won it
Well,
already.
let's go with McLaren then.
Any other questions? Who's your least favourite driver?
I've got to say Stroll after his
Yes.
tanties.
Yes. Love that.
I think the world needs kind people, and he doesn't seem to be too kind.
No,
so-
he's a bit of a smart. Tries to be too cute with it. Bit of cockiness as well. Like you can't be having that.
Well, I suppose when your dad's got that much money.
Spot on.
True.
Spot on.
Any other questions?
Yes, I actually have a question, Kerry. Did you ever have an interest for F1 before Brianna and Dale got into it, or was it always just whatever's on the TV you'll watch and you sort of had? Were you forced into this?
I quite like watching all sports, so yeah, I kind of just watched it with Dale, my husband, and
Yeah.
I like all sports.
Fair enough. Very good. Very versatile.
Yeah.
You've been to a race?
Yes, I've been to a race.
Have you
in
really?
Melbourne. Yeah,
Which one?
Went to Melbourne.
2023.
2023.
Really?
It's very noisy, very loud.
It's loud. It is
It
loud.
would have been Matt.
It was Max. I was in GA with a couple of my mates. Wet day. Was it wet? It was dry. And we weren't happy.
That's when I was a secret Max
Yeah,
supporter,
so you
so
were happy.
I was pretty happy, but
Yeah.
I couldn't really show it with Brianna and Dale there.
I wasn't happy that day. I spent a lot of money, and both Ferraris failed to finish in the top 10. So I was a very angry man getting on that fucking Jetstar flight back home. All right, let me tell you, not good. But yeah,
What else?
if you have a race to go to, like on the bucket list, which one is that going to be that you haven't been to yet?
Well, I really want to go to Italy. Is the one there?
There is, yeah.
So I'd definitely choose Italy.
Yeah,
I'd love to visit Italy.
that'll be good. That'll be a good race to go to.
Yes.
The atmosphere
Especially Ferrari, if you're a Ferrari fan.
Where is it? Italy.
in Monza. It's right.
Monza.
It's northeast or west of Milan.
Okay. Yep.
So-
Lock it in, Monza.
2026. Yeah.
Yeah.
First.
Anything else, Brandon?
Anything you want to add? Or
Oh, I've just hit the headphones of the mic. Cool.
No, I just said, well done, guys. I love listening to
Thank
it
you.
on the way home on the freeway, stuck on that freeway. Good listening music podcast.
All right.
jumping on the pod.
Thanks, Kerry.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. No worries. Congratulations. Welcome. Thank you, Kerry. Huge.
All right, I've got two last things to quickly bring up because this is a long app.
Yeah.
Firstly, how old is Lewis's dog looking? That he's gone soon.
Roscoe, one foot in the doggy grave.
He's
Let me
12
tell
and a
you.
half, which is really, really old for
Yeah.
that breed.
Yeah.
He's also deaf now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Can he bark with the same intensity, or is it just a bit like? Is it more of a?
Did you see
"Ooh"?
it? They asked Charles, do you get scared Roscoe will eat Leo,
I
his
would.
dog? No, but then I can't remember her name, but she was like, well, he's vegan, so he's not going to eat Leo.
Who's in that?
The girl who asked him the question.
Oh,
Now, you saw the F1 movie, so
yeah.
I just want to get your thoughts.
Very. It was a lot better than I was expecting. I was expecting a sort of Drive to Survive sort of
Okay, yeah.
intensity, like fake battles. I thought it would be like they'd bring in like some semi-real fights or rivalries. Exceeded my expectations. Was a very good movie. I went with my dad, and my dad also loved it. Had to leave. He had to go urinate at the point where Josh Pearce returns from injury at the Belgian Grand Prix, and they crashed again.
Oh,
He missed that. So when he came back and he said, "What did I miss?" I said, "Mate, they've just fucking taken each other out again, And he's like, and I missed it. And I was like, yeah, mate, sorry.
I know, right? Sorry, skip ahead for spoilers.
Yeah,
but you should have already seen it by now.
Yeah. One thing I found really unrealistic, that crash in Monza when he gets sent to Macedonia, that there was a little bit how you going.
It was. But then I've seen the video that they used for inspo.
Alex Peroni.
Yeah.
Yeah, the F3. I remember that. But
I know it is. I know that part. I just laughed. I didn't even feel like scared.
I didn't
was
even
like,
because the F3 car is a lot lighter.
yeah, I've seen
right?
all that.
More distance to travel.
Yeah, it was very.
In the movie, it was also raining, which means slower speeds round that corner. That car is not doing that.
That part, yeah. And I've thought to all the non-F1 fans watching, thinking that's a normal
accident.
thing.
Yeah.
But to be fair, to any new fans that watched the movie and tuned into Silverstone, they would have had a lovely race to watch.
Oh, yeah. Really good. They would have been confused. Oh, you can make a pit stop before the race starts.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Ugh.
And you would understand the Williams Science, the Sonny Hayes comment from Austria now.
Yeah.
You get that?
I get it now. Yeah.
What'd your mum and sister think of it?
They didn't go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just me and my dad went.
Not fair. My mum's not seen it.
Yeah.
Why did they not go?
Mum had for a new job, some like training to complete.
Oh, yeah, congrats. I saw that on Facebook.
Thanks. Congrats, Mum. Well done. And then my sister didn't go because she was like, oh, well, if Mum's not going, I'm not going. And I'm like, well, cool. So me and the old man went.
I did wonder when your dad posted a selfie and it was just you two.
Yeah. So it was just me and him. He loves the Facebook. He just froths Facebook, man. That guy is a merchant for Facebook posts. Everywhere we go, it doesn't matter if we're at a restaurant, the footy, a movie theatre, a fucking...
Can you imagine when we filmed the podcast first time at your house?
Oh, it's just going to be everywhere. Look at these two young guns go. At Brianna Ross, at Jayden Maraska, filming... Just calm down, Dad.
So all my family and friends, go check it out. YouTube, Spotify.
Yeah.
No, I love it.
Here's the link below. Go ahead. Do what you want, mate. He also, I went to the Central C concert over the week, guys, and he didn't know who Central C was. So I showed him what Central C looks like, and he goes, oh, fuck, I like that beanie. Bought a beanie for working up north on the mine site, and I've now called him Central B. I'll play the video. Here it is.
So we know Central C, we got Central B. Central B, mate.
Now, you obviously can't see anything, but it is essentially...
I can't wait to have him on the pod.
That is Central B.
Yeah, I can't wait for him to be live on the pod.
Guys, it's my dad just with a Central C Cineworld hat. And not great whatsoever.
Unreal. What would you give the movie out of 10? So we had my dad come in at a 6, Jacob in at a 7.5.
Yeah.
I came in at a 6.5.
I'm going to give it a 7. Yeah, I'll give it a 7. Here's why. I'll give it a 7 because... it was a good movie. Like I think the actors fit the role really well.
Yeah.
I also think that the movie itself was like beginner friendly. So if you didn't know much about F1.
Yes, what cracked me up was when Crofty and Brundle did the commentary, you could tell they were trying to explain stuff to non-F1 fans. They'd be like, he's activated DRS. That's the drag reduction system. Yeah. Like you would never talk like that in a real race.
Yeah, no, you're not going to say, wow, Sonny Hayes' car's got 4 wheels on it. Yeah. 4 wheels are what makes the car move.
This is a formation lap where they are warming up. Yeah, it was literally. But the funniest one for me was that's the drag reduction system. Yeah. Like you just don't do that. And
you
there
don't
was
do that.
Something else, so funny.
That's what I sort of
but
liked about it.
It had to be like that for like non F1 fans. Otherwise, they'd be like DRS.
What the fuck's that?
Yeah. So you had to.
That's what I liked for that. So that's why I thought my mum and sister might actually like it. And then
I agree.
The final thing I liked about it was, to be honest, they did really well with the crash mechanics. When the car hits the wall, it looked really realistic.
Yeah.
Very good. So,
because obviously, like some things had to be unrealistic. It's a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
Like some people arced up a bit too much, and I'm like, go and watch a real race.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people were complaining, he didn't compete in qualifying. Why is he racing? It's a movie.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I was good. I did like it, and I would watch it again.
Yep.
It paints a woman in a bit of a bad way.
Yeah, keep it professional.
First technical director, whatever the hell she is.
Yeah.
Like, let's focus on how she got the car from a shit box to a winning car, not that she's hooking up with the driver.
Don't snog your drivers.
And the only person to stuff up the pit stop is a female.
Yeah, I did notice that. I was like, why is it a woman?
Yeah, like couldn't Ben, Harry, Kane, any one of them?
Do you know what you've just done?
Yeah, I've said something bad, haven't I?
No,
What have I done?
you said Ben, Harry, Kane. Do you know who Harry Kane is?
No.
Harry Kane is a fucking soccer player. A very good fucking soccer player for Bayern Munich.
Well, Harry Kane should have stopped.
Harry Kane should have done the pit stop. That's crazy.
No, it was a good movie. If you haven't seen it already and we've just spoiled it for you, go in and see it.
Yeah, if you...
But also, why is he driving at 60, bro?
yeah, that's
And
a
then
bit
at the end of the movie, he's like, see, I'm going to the deserts.
Yeah, and then again, he's like, at the very end, when he's on a Mexican beach in his fucking van, y'all need a driver? Brother, you're like, the pension's calling now, yeah? Like, you need to fucking relax.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Sonny Hayes.
Yeah. Oh, Sonny Hayes.
You ever drove this car before? No. I want an F1 race though, bro.
Yeah.
At 60 years old.
Guess what, bro? I just won the Abu Dhabi race. I'm out here. I had sex with my fucking technical director. Like, you know, it's just a weird ending, that one.
Can they make a second movie, you reckon, or not?
Oh, I don't think.
What would be the...
What's their sequel?
Sonny Hayes can't come back and drive, then it loses its effect.
Yeah.
I reckon the way you could do it to incorporate both, because I think you need Brad Pitt to sell it. You can't have the movie without him.
Yep.
So now the car's up there.
Yep.
Josh Pearce focuses on him,
Yep.
fighting for championship. Sonny Hayes comes back as team principal.
Oh, okay. Who's the second driver?
It'll be some just
It'll be
rookie.
Lance Stroll because he can't
Yeah.
drive.
It'll actually be George Russell because he's got no seat.
Who actually is a good actor? Who do you think would be a good actor?
I think George loves cameras, loves himself.
Yeah.
Brad
Yep.
Pitt said Carlos Sainz, but no, I've seen him do ads when he was at Ferrari. He can't act.
He's not good in front of a camera.
Lewis Hamilton can act,
Lewis can act, yeah.
and he would want to.
Yep.
Whereas like Max, get out of my face, I don't want to do it.
Mm.
I reckon George or Lewis. But Lewis wouldn't do it because
Yeah.
he's like too famous, too big for it.
You know who would be great in a movie scene?
Who?
Like as a fucking bartender? Yuki. Can you imagine like he's just an extra as a bartender? What drink you want, man? Oh, sorry, we ran out. Like the guy's 5'4".
Yeah.
It's like that would be so fucking funny.
That would be really funny. Oscar would be terrible.
Oscar.
Hi.
Oh my god. Can you imagine him in like even like in Home and Away? He'd be horrendous.
Yeah. No. Danny Rick. Bottas.
Fuck. Why didn't we think of them earlier?
Danny Rick. He doesn't want to race anymore, but does he want to act?
Get on the big screen.
He would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Even Bottas would do a good job.
Yeah.
I think Danny Rick though, mate.
Danny
yeah.
Rick.
So it's Josh Pearce, Danny Rick. So it's all about Danny Rick's comeback to the
Yeah.
sport.
Yeah.
Josh Pearce, and then Sonny Hayes is team principal.
What a lineup that
Get
is.
me in the writer's box.
Get Brianna a fucking director
F2
seat
the
right
movie. It can't be
F2.
called. It can't be called that.
now. F2 the movie is
F1
crazy.
the movie. Sonny Hayes returns.
Yeah.
See you
I fuck with
2028.
it. I fuck with it heavy.
All right, we're wrapping it up.
This
You're
is
not
our
going to
longest.
be.
This is our longest podcast, I think.
I know. I've had lots of fun.
And at 1 hour 50. See what happens when the Hulk gets on the podium. Anything happens. Anything goes.
Now you deserve a long episode because you're not going to hear us for 2 weeks.
That's valid.
That's
Yeah.
not our problem. That's
Yeah.
not our fault.
Yeah.
But summer break, we've got 3 fun videos lined up
We do.
or recordings, podcast.
Stay in the loop.
And we're going to have
Stay
cameras
tuned.
hopefully next recording there's cameras so you can put a
Hopefully.
name to face.
You can. I think they've got our names, our faces to the names already, right? Surely. We are done.
We're done and we'll see you at the next race. Super excited.
Belgium, 3 weeks away.
I love that race.
It's a very good
Love
race.
that track.
It's where
And-
Lewis Hamilton won last year, post-race.
Yeah.
Will it happen again? No.
No. I had a vivid dream this morning that they said Oscar's penalty was wrong and they reinstated and swapped them back after. Like,
did you check your phone immediately?
I did. It was so vivid. I woke up and then I was like, I'm calling in sick to work. I'm losing it. I did. Yeah. I called in sick after. I was like, I'm losing it. Now, I didn't sleep enough. All right. Okay, anyway. Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode.
You. I'm going to edit this and then go to the gym.
Nice. And I'm going to make the rankings. Nice. So I'm going to make it controversial because I need that to blow up.
Well, it's going to blow up anyway. Hulk.
I'll put Hulk on the bottom. Podium. I'm like, mid-performance.
Mid. Bro sucks. 19th to 3rd, but like, bro, 6, 7.
Bro, like you could have come second.
Could have come first. Come on, man.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Take care. Bye.
We'll see you. Well, Brianna's keen to wrap it up. We'll see you in a few weeks' time. We've got a small break before 2 races and then another big break. Thanks, F1. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Have you booked Singapore?
Jacob and I have looked at accommodation, yes.
Are you going to do our accommodation or no?
We have looked at yours, but...
My uncle has stayed there 3 times.
The great man, Jacob, has said he wants to look at other options as well. But yours is bookmarked on his
Why
laptop.
does he want to look at other places?
I don't know.
All right. Jacob, if you're listening, message me. All right, guys. See you later. Take care. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.